It is so nice to just sit here and watch the world go by. This is a lovely cafe.
It is. It has a great view of the park. Oh, Emma, look over there. Do you see that little girl with her parents? She is wearing a bumblebee costume.
Oh, she is adorable. She must be going to a costume party. That is such a cute outfit.
It is. Seeing her in that costume just unlocked a memory in my brain, a very old and very funny memory from our childhood.
A funny memory? Do I have a part in this memory?
You have a very important part in it. I am laughing just thinking about it. Do you remember the school play we were in when we were in the 3rd grade?
The 3rd grade school play? We were about 8 years old then. I remember we did a play every year, but I don't remember the details of that specific one.
I am surprised you don't remember it. It was a legendary event, mainly because of what happened during my scene.
Okay, you have to tell me the whole story now and refresh my memory. What was the play about?
The play was for the annual Spring Festival. Our teacher, Mrs. Davison, wrote it herself. It was a very ambitious production called A Journey Through the Seasons.
A journey through the seasons. That sounds very dramatic for a group of 8-year-olds. Now I am starting to remember a little bit. The whole school was there, and all of our parents were in the audience.
Yes, the school hall was completely full. They had built a little wooden stage for us, and the art class had painted all the scenery. It felt like a very professional production to us at the time.
I remember being so nervous before the show started. My hands were shaking. I was so worried I would forget my lines.
We were all very nervous. We had been practicing for weeks. We all took our roles very seriously. Do you remember what your role was?
My role. Wait, it's coming back to me now. I was in the first part of the play. I was the spirit of spring.
That's right. You were Spring. And you had an amazing costume. Your mom had covered a green dress with dozens of fake, colorful flowers. You looked like a walking garden.
I remember that dress. It was so itchy. My main job was to walk across the stage and wake up all the sleeping animal characters. Now I remember your role. You were in the winter part of the play, weren't you?
I was. I had a very important and difficult role. I was a tree. A bare winter tree.
You were a tree. I remember your costume now. It was a giant cardboard tube that was painted brown to look like a tree trunk. And you had some bare branches made of cardboard taped to your arms.
It was a masterpiece of costume design. It was very difficult to walk in, and I could barely see out of the 2 little eye holes that my dad cut for me.
So your very important job was to just stand on the stage and be a tree.
It was more complicated than that. I had to stand perfectly still for the entire 5-minute winter scene. Mrs. Davidson told me, "David, you are a strong, silent tree. Do not move a muscle." I took my role very seriously.
I can imagine you did. You were always such a serious and dedicated little boy.
In the scene, a few other children who were playing snowflakes were supposed to dance around me. And then the main event of the scene was the arrival of the north wind.
The north wind. Who was playing that role?
It was that very energetic boy, Tom. His only job was to run across the stage as fast as he could to show how strong and powerful the winter wind was.
So you were standing in the middle of the stage, being a very still and serious tree. The snowflake children were dancing around you. And then it was time for Tom, the north wind, to make his grand entrance.
Exactly. Mrs. Davidson was playing the piano, and the music became very dramatic and wingy. That was Tom's cue. He was supposed to run from the left side of the stage to the right side of the stage, and then he was done.
It sounds like a very simple piece of acting. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, Tom took his role very seriously, too. He was not just a wind, he was a hurricane. He came running onto the stage with incredible speed and energy.
I can picture it now. He was a very fast runner.
He was, but he was so focused on being a powerful wind that he was not looking where he was going. He was supposed to run past me, but instead he ran right towards me. And just as he got in front of me, he tripped over his own feet.
Tom tripped. Oh no! So he fell over on the stage in front of everyone?
He did. He fell very dramatically. But the real problem was not his fall. The problem was what he fell into.
He fell into you, the strong, silent tree?
He crashed right into my cardboard tree trunk. Now, my costume was not very stable. It was basically just a big, tall cardboard cylinder. I had no way to use my arms to balance myself.
So when he hit you, you started to fall over too.
Yes, but it was not a fast fall. It was a very, very slow, timbering fall. I remember the feeling perfectly. I was tilting, 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 completely unable to stop myself. It felt like it took about 10 minutes to fall over.
A slow-motion tree fall. This is the best story ever. The entire audience must have been watching you, this giant cardboard tree slowly falling over.
I am sure they were. I was so embarrassed, and the fall itself was not the end of the disaster.
There was more? What else happened?
I was not the only person on the stage. Do you remember the snowflake children? Two of them were dancing right behind me.
Oh no! Don't tell me you fell on the snowflakes.
I did. I fell like a giant tree in a forest, and I landed directly on top of two of the poor, unsuspecting snowflakes. It was a domino effect of disaster. First the wind fell, then the tree fell, then the snowflakes fell.
This is absolutely hilarious. What did the audience do? What was the reaction from all the parents?
I could not see anything from inside my cardboard tube, but I could hear it. First, there was a moment of complete, shocked silence,
And then the entire room just erupted in a huge roar of laughter.
The whole audience was laughing. I can just imagine it. Your poor teacher, Mrs. Davison. What did she do?
She stopped playing the dramatic piano music immediately. The play came to a complete stop. I remember hearing her run onto the stage.
What did she do?
She had to come and rescue us. I heard her say, "Okay, children, let's just pause the winter for a moment." She lifted the heavy cardboard tree trunk off me. I was just lying on the floor in the dark.
And what about the poor snowflakes you had crushed? Were they okay?
They were perfectly fine, just a little bit surprised to have a tree land on them. I remember Mrs. Davison helping them to stand up. She was trying so hard not to laugh, but I could hear it in her voice.
I am sure she was. So what happened then? Did the play continue?
Yes, after a few minutes, she managed to get everyone back in their positions and she restarted the winter scene. But this time, she told Tom to just walk across the stage very, very slowly.
This is my new favorite memory of all time. I cannot believe I had forgotten all about it. It is so funny to look back on it now.
It is very funny now, but at the time, when I was 8 years old, it was the most embarrassing moment of my entire life.
I am sure it was. You must have felt terrible.
I was mortified. I thought I had single-handedly ruined the entire spring festival. I was sure that everyone was laughing at me, not just at the situation. I think I wanted the stage to swallow me up.
Of course you felt that way. But now, as an adult, you can see it for what it was. A hilarious and completely unpredictable accident.
Exactly. It is actually a much better story than if the play had been perfect. Nobody remembers the children who played the flowers or the animals perfectly, but everyone remembers the falling tree.
That is so true. It is the mistakes and the unexpected moments that create the best and longest lasting memories. The things that go wrong are often the stories we tell for years and years.
It really is. That one single embarrassing moment has given us a funny story that we can share for the rest of our lives. It is a precious memory.
It is. It makes me feel very warm and nostalgic. Our school days were a lot of fun, weren't they?
They were. It is nice to have a friend like you who shares all these old memories with me. It is a special connection.
I agree. Thank you for reminding me of this story, David. You have really made me laugh today.
It was my pleasure. It is important to remember these silly things. You know, that reminds me of another story from our school days. Do you remember the time at summer camp when you tried to cook spaghetti on a campfire?
Oh no, don't remind me of that. That is an even more embarrassing story.